Sweat trickled down my neck like a bad omen as I twisted the key in the lock of my own damn mansion, 2 weeks away on that soul-crushing business trip. And now this? The door creaked open to the faint scent of lavender air freshener mixed with something sour, like spoiled milk left out too long. And there she was, Karen Whitaker, the self-appointed HOA tyrant, planted on my leather couch like she owned the place, her phone glued to her ear, screeching into 911 about a home invasion by some thug. My heart slammed against my ribs. Thug? That's me, Alex Thompson, the guy who'd sunk every penny into this 6-bedroom sanctuary after clawing my way up from nothing. And just like that, in the span of a heartbeat, her lies turned my homecoming into a full-blown standoff. I froze, keys dangling from my fingers, the metallic jingle echoing off the vaulted ceilings like a mocking laugh. What the Karen? This is my house. My voice cracked, half disbelief, half rage bubbling up from my gut. She bolted upright, her floral blouse untucked and wrinkled, eyes bulging like she'd seen a ghost, or worse, the truth crashing her fantasy. Stay back. I called the cops. You're trespassing. You deviant. Deviant? Hell no. That word hit like a sucker punch, dredging up the whispers I'd heard at last month's HOA meeting. The side eyes when I showed up with my husband, Jamal, arm in arm. Anti-gay panic? More like her personal crusade, painting us as the neighborhood scourge just because we dared to love out loud in her precious gated bubble. The sirens wailed closer, a shrill banshee cutting through the afternoon sun filtering through my floor-to-ceiling windows. I could smell the jasmine from the garden out back, a sweet reminder of the life Jamal and I had built, lazy Sundays grilling ribs, laughter echoing over glasses of Cabernet. But now it reeked of invasion, of her audacity. She'd sweet-talked the realtor into a temporary stay while I was gone, claiming HOA oversight for some bogus inspection. Rent-free. 2 weeks of her pawing through my closets, judging my art collection, those bold abstracts Jamal picked out, with her pinched lips and muttered prayers. I'd found the evidence on my Ring cam, her hosting emergency meetings in my living room, bad-mouthing us to the neighbors. Those two? A natural. Dragging down property values, she'd hissed, her voice tinny through the app. My fists clenched, nails biting into palms. How dare she? Footsteps thundered up the driveway, boots on gravel, heavy and urgent. The door flew wide, and 2 officers stormed in, guns half-drawn, barking, "Hands up, step away from the woman." Karen cowered behind the island in my chef's kitchen, peeking out like a cornered rat, her breaths coming in sharp, theatrical gasps. "Officers? Thank God. He's been harassing me," broke in with threats. "I live here now, it's HOA protocol." Protocol? I nearly laughed, a bitter huff escaping my lips. The lead cop, a burly guy named Ramirez with a mustache that screamed no nonsense, eyed me warily, then scanned the room. My wallet was on the coffee table, ID peeking out like a white flag. "Sir, you the homeowner?" His voice softened a notch, but the tension hung thick. "Electric? The kind that makes your skin prickle." I raised my hands slow, deliberate, the universal surrender. "Officer. Alex Thompson. This is my place, deeds in the safe. But check the address, 142 Oak Ridge Lane." The pause, heavy as lead, while his partner radioed it in. Karen's face twisted, that glorious crumple of fake bravado cracking. She straightened, chin jutting out. "Lies. He's squatting. I have rights as HOA president." Rights? The word twisted in my mind like a knife. What about my rights? To come home without this circus? To not have my marriage vilified over her bridge club gossip? A sigh escaped me, deep and weary, the kind that rattles your chest after too many battles. "Karen, you've been here 2 weeks. uninvited, eating my food, using my Wi-Fi to post your rants online. Why? The room went still, save for the tick-tock of the grandfather clock in the hall, Jamal's flea market find. Its pendulum swinging like a metronome to my unraveling patience. Ramirez's radio crackled. Dispatch confirms. Property in Thompson's name. Clean record. The partner's eyes flicked to Karen, narrowing. Ma'am, you got paperwork for this protocol? She stammered, fumbling for her phone. But her screen lit up with texts, not from the HOA, but from a group chat titled Neighborhood Watch Warriors. Snippets flashed. Those gays are ruining everything. Time to act. My stomach dropped. There was the ugly underbelly, her gay panic in black and white, fueling her squat, her call, her chaos. Oh, come on, I muttered, the half-left, half-grown bubbling up. The air felt thicker now, laced with the faint ozone of impending storm clouds rolling in outside. Was this the twist? Not just entitlement, but bigotry wrapped in suburbia? Karen lunged for the counter, snatching a bottle of my vintage scotch, Jamal's favorite, and hurling it at the wall. Glass shattered, amber liquid pooling like blood on the hardwood. You people don't belong here. Calling the cops on you was mercy. You people. The phrase landed like a slap, hot and stinging, echoing the taunts from my childhood in the projects, the ones that pushed me to build this life. But mercy? This was war. Her one-woman crusade against anything that didn't fit her cookie-cutter mold. Ramirez stepped between us, his voice a low rumble. Enough. You're under arrest for false reporting, trespassing. We'll need to look into those texts. Her screech pierced the air, tight, like nails on a chalkboard. Arrest? I'm the victim. This is discrimination. Discrimination? The irony burned. A wry smile tugging at my lips despite the fury. Jamal would laugh later, over takeout in the ruins of our kitchen, calling it Karen's karma carousel. But in that moment, as cuffs clicked around her wrists, the fight drained out of me like air from a punctured tire. I leaned against the doorframe, the cool wood grounding me, inhaling the sharp tang of spilled whiskey. What a waste. What a whirlwind. The officers escorted her out, her protests fading into the driveway like smoke, curses about lawsuits, about woke agendas, about how the HOA would fix this. Fix what? The neighborhood? Or her fragile world where love like mine was the real intruder? Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, whispers already buzzing like flies on a summer porch. I waved them off, a tired flick of the hand, and shut the door. The lock clicked home. Solid. Final. Silence settled, broken only by my ragged breaths, the distant hum of a lawnmower reminding me life ticked on. But here's the gut punch twist. As I scrolled through her abandoned laptop later, left charging on my desk, screensaver cycling HOA bylaws, I found emails. Not just rants. Proof. She'd been embezzling dues for years, funneling cash into her personal oversight fund. Fake inspections, padded invoices. The whole board in on it, or scared silent. My call to the attorney that night? It unraveled everything. Audits. Investigations. Her empire of busybody control crumbled overnight. Headlines screaming, HOA queenpin busted in suburban scam. Weeks later, standing in the rebuilt foyer, new table, polished floors, Jamal wrapped his arms around me from behind, his chin on my shoulder. You okay, babe? His voice, warm as fresh coffee, chased the shadows. I nodded, but the scar lingered, a faint ache. Karen's trial was a spectacle, tearful apologies on the stand, blaming stress from the neighborhood changes. Changes like us. The judge, a no-frills woman with eyes like steel, sentenced her to community service. Ironic? Right? cleaning parks she'd once deemed too diverse. And restitution. Every cent back. Plus interest. Justice? Served cold and crisp. But damn, it stung. That first rush of violation, the fear in my veins when those guns gleamed. It made me question if walls, literal or not, could ever fully protect you. Yet here we were, stronger, hosting the next block party ourselves, rainbow flags fluttering beside the grills. Because here's the fire in my chest. The message that kept me up those nights: bigots like Karen thrive in silence. Call them out. Build louder. Love fiercer. Your home isn't just bricks, it's the stand you take. And when karma circles back, you greet it with a grin, keys in hand, ready for whatever door it unlocks next.